where we are shifting focus to what matters. Welcome to Inner Peace Conversations, where we are shifting focus to what matters the most. All right, so let me show you my face. Okay. All right, soon you will see my face appearing on your live feed. Okay, and this is Joy. So Joy Leng is our guest for today. Okay, but before I introduce Joy Leng and what she does and all that, right? Let me tell you a bit more about this Facebook live series, why we are having it. All right, so this Inner Peace Conversation live series is meant to empower you, to enable you, and also to provide your resources where we focus on what matters the most. So what is it that matters the most in the context of Camilla MS Inner Peace is taking care of your mind, body, and your soul. All right. So if you have watched day one right up to yesterday, we have different speakers for each session that addresses the different component of the mind, body, and soul. All right. So on day one, I did a welcome address and I also did an introduction for myself. Yeah, I am Camilla and I am an inner peace coach and I am also an happy parenting advocate. So this is my Facebook page where I share the joys of parenting to parents, be it fathers, mothers, single moms, single dads. As long as you are a parent, or even if you have foster children, you are considered as a parent. So this is a resources for parents to just celebrate the joys of parenting. So that's why I created the Being a Happy Mom page. All right, so and then I also share with you an inner peace session where on why it's important for you to focus on your mind, body, and your soul. All right. So if you haven't watched day one session with me, you should watch that. Okay, because that is actually a paid session. My clients actually paid to attend that session, so I have that available for you for free right up till the end of this month. So if you haven't watched it, please watch it before I put it down. Okay. So and also in every session we will be sending you free PDFs from each of our speakers. So on day one, I've sent you the inner peace checklist. Okay. So basically you follow week by week to kickstart your journey to finding inner peace in a very simplified form, easy to follow, simplified version of trying to familiarize yourself what's it like to be in a journey of Camilla MS Inner Peace. All right, so if you have any questions about the checklist, feel free to ask me. Okay, so and how do you get this PDF? Make sure that you follow CamillaMS.com. That means you go into the website, CamillaMS.com, and then there's a subscription box. It's brown in color. So just fill in your particulars, and then you will receive the free PDFs after each of every sessions. All right, and also you will receive many valuable resources and coaching through that by signing up. Okay, it's free. There's no strings attached, no worries, because the intention is to support you through this challenging period that we have, and also to provide you resources for the long term. Okay, and day two, we have Humaira Hamid, who is an accredited dietitian. So she shared about how lack of nutrition can affect your inner peace. And her PDF is a free recipes for snacks. So if you are someone who loves to snack, you can download that PDF and find recipes for healthy snacking. Right. So and then day three, we have Suli, who she is a wellness coach and she's also my coach. Okay, so we addressed how metabolic health can help with mental clarity and regulate emotions. Okay, so and she gives an assessment, a metabolical health assessment. So if you want to know whether you are metabolically healthy, or if your body is a sugar burner or fat burner, be sure to download that cheat sheet. All right, and also yesterday we had Earl Alan. He's a mindfulness coach, and we talk about um, mindfulness as protocol by MBSAT, and also meditation. We went through meditation and to focus on three good things in our life. Okay, basically, what are the three good things that's happened in the recent weeks? Okay, so that's what we mean by shifting our focus to what matters the most. And so be sure to attend that meditation session. I've saved all the recorded live so you don't miss the conversations. And yeah, so it's available for you throughout this month. And being your strongest self is the today's topic, right? Being your strongest self during the COVID-19 situation. Okay, so remember to register at camillams.com to be able to receive the PDF gifts, guides, cheat sheets, and those are very useful tools that you can use to nurture your mind, body, and your soul. Okay, so and also like this page, Being a Happy Mom, and I also have another page which is Camilla MS. So follow and also share this live session so that people can explore what is strength. Okay, what we are going to be discussing in today's topic. So without further ado, let me introduce our speaker here. She is Joy Leng, and she is a positive leadership coach trained in positive organizational psychology. She has been empowering women since 2005. She is the founder of She Network, producer of Strength and Joy podcast, and the founder of For Our Children. Her passion in life is to be of service to humanity in alignment with her top three values of empowerment, inspiration, and legacy. In 5 words, she sums it all up as in strengths, we activate joy. In strengths, we activate joy. So, without further ado, this is Joy Leng. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Hi everyone who's listening in. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much to Camilla for inviting me to be one of the speaker for your Inner Peace conversation. It's a really excellent initiative.
All right, so today we are going to discuss the topic being your strongest self during the COVID-19 situation. All right, so these are so before we go into the topic, first let me ask you, right, Joy, what is positive psychology?
So the simplest term that I've come across so far for positive psychology is that it is the scientific study of what makes life worth living. So there are three main things that positive psychology will focus on. The first thing is we'll focus on positive experience. So such as like emotions like happiness, joy, life satisfaction, inspiration, and love. The other thing that positive psychology emphasize on is we want to examine positive states and traits such as like gratitude, resilience, and compassion. Finally, positive psychology also focus on creating more positive institutes, and by that we mean like organizations, companies, institutes, and I would also include families. How we can apply all these positive principles into these organizations and families so that we can thrive and we can be happy. Positive psychology spends a lot of its time examining concepts and topics such as like character strengths, life satisfaction, optimism, well-being, gratitude, compassion, resilient hope, and yeah, mindfulness too actually.
Wow.
So all these topics is we study because we want to learn from all these people who are doing it successfully. We want to replicate their strategy so that we can have more of the best, so that other people can also enjoy happiness, well-being, the way happy people are doing. They can also examine successful people, how they are doing it, and so we can copy their strategies and make it available for everyone.
Wow, that's a lot, when you listed out all the positive traits and attributes. wow, there's a whole bunch of lists of positivity there, that we can just pick and choose, but then there's always the tendency to go the opposite way when there's so many ways of being, in terms of positive psychology, right? Wow, this is wonderful. So now going into this topic, what are strengths? So why don't you elaborate what are strengths? Is it the muscles in our body or it's
So,
something else?
so yes, sometimes I get people when I say I'm a strength trainer, they'll be like, "Oh, do you work in the gym?" So sometimes I still get those comments. So I think it's easier for people to understand when I say I'm a positive leadership coach. So strength is defined differently by all the. It depends on which scientific strength assessment tool that you're using. They define and therefore measure strengths in different ways. There is, of course, your physical strength, right? Your physical body, what it's capable of doing. That's also, but that's not the area that I specialize in. The area that I specialize in is strengths, more of like your inner psychological capital, your inner resources, and even that is, as mentioned earlier, defined differently by different scientific tools. So I mostly work very closely with two scientific tools called values in strengths and strengths profile. For the values in action, VIA is created by the founder of positive psychology, Dr. Martin Solomon. So he basically focused a lot on measuring what we call character strengths. What is very innate and inherent in you? Do you even know what are your character strengths? It's really exciting because now we actually have a scientific skill to help you to find out what are your top. For me, when it comes to strengths, I call it superpower. So, what are your top character superpowers? It's important to know because you can't use what you don't even know. So, you need to know the what. Then you can do the how. The other strengths assessment that I use is called strengths profile. Strengths profile measures strengths based on three areas: performance, energy, and use. Performance in terms of like when you use this strength, is it high performance or is it low performance for you? And when you use this strength, is it very energizing for you? Do you come alive? Or when you use this strength, it's actually kind of demoralizing for you. You almost dread using it. And then the third one is usage. How often in your present context do you have an opportunity to apply this strength? Or is it that it's a strength but there is no opportunity yet? So then that would be a very exciting space that you should explore. So for strengths profile, the scientific tool that I use, I work very closely with measure strengths based on performance, energy, and use. So to simply put it, I would say that strength is like your pre-existing way of being, your way of behaving, thinking, and feeling that is very authentic to you, very natural, very energizing for you, and which helps you to optimize your functioning, your development, and as well as your performance. So I work very closely with these two tools. So we have this what I call a strength upon strength strategy. So you can really have a compound effect on your strengths by not just working on your character strengths and not just working on your prevalent strengths, but to combine working on your characters and your prevalent strengths. Imagine like the impact and the transformation potential that it has for your life.
Wow, that's really great work that you're doing, helping people find their strengths. Okay, because sometimes we are not clear about our own strength. And sometimes we base it on external factors or the compliments that we tend to receive. So we sometimes, there's so many ways to perceive our strength or, to that we sometimes have doubts. Some people say that, oh, we are good in this. Some people say we are good in other things, and then I think I'm good in a different thing. So it can get very confusing. Yeah. So it's good that you have the tools to help people find their strength. All right. So and then why focus on strengths? Why is it so important that we must focus on strength? And then we have weaknesses, right? But why is it that we our focus should be more on strength than our weaknesses.
Okay. Great question. So before I answer this question, just to address something that you said earlier, like other people saying that it's our strengths, we don't even know what are our strengths. Indeed, a lot of us we don't even know what are our strengths, and there are many ways to find out. And you want to have a holistic, you want to collect information from different data points. So you yourself, you have to know, like, yeah, I'm really good at this, right? So that's one area that you can get information. Other people also give you clues. Yeah, you're really good at that. You might not realize it because it's your strength. It's so natural. You just do it without thinking. But for other people, it can be a lot of effort. And in fact, for some people, your strength could be their weaknesses. So you really want to also be able to tap on the information provided to you by people around you. So that's the second layer of information. But what you want and how much more powerful it is beyond that, to also use science, have scientific affirmation that, oh, these are my strengths. And based on all these data points that you have a really very complete picture of where you stand in terms of the strength. So it's like if you're going to be cooking, you need to have your ingredients, right? You need to know what ingredients in the first place. So the ingredients are the different strengths that you have. We all have a unique blend of superpowers. That's what makes us so special. So like everyone's unique. Some people find that a very cliche phrase, but it is true because of the work that I do. I know for a fact that we're also different. My combination of superpowers is very different from someone else. We might be similar, but we're never exactly the same. It's impossible. We have our own so-called, I call it strengths DNA, right? So no matter what, it's supposed to be different from what other people have. So that is really an exciting space. And we're talking about you. We're not even talking about something external. We're talking about you and the unique blend of superpowers. You know what. And then by knowing what, then we can then work on the how. So in terms of strengths, why focus on strength? As a culture, we are very fixated with our weaknesses. And I can tell you for a fact because during my training sessions, when I touch on the area of weaknesses, everybody just go like, like full attention. And sometimes people just want to talk about their weaknesses even during my training. And that's fine because culture is such that we always pinpoint at what is negative. And also it's a survival instinct. We're always looking for what's wrong with the environment. So in terms of that, you also look at what's wrong with me. It's innate. So it does take effort for you to very intentionally take on the lens of strength, take on the lens of positivity, because it's not so natural to our, what I call our primitive animal brain. It's inclined to be negative. So you have to train yourself, but the exciting thing is completely possible. Neuroscience has really proven that our brain is really malleable. We just need to be able to keep building new neural pathways that includes positivity, strengths, using habits to take advantage of how to rewire our brain so that we don't become instinctively negative, but we can have the mindfulness to choose to be positive and to use our strengths. So why use strengths? Lots of research have shown that there's a lot of value in identifying and playing to your strengths. For the individual, when you do that, the benefits that you can enjoy includes elevated vitality and motivation. Every day you're excited because you're tapping on your strengths, you're energized because it's natural to you. You also feel probably a greater sense of direction, purpose. The big why you live, why you do the work that you do, there is a higher probability of you attaining your goal because you play to your strength, and that is the path of least resistant and most efficient path. You definitely have increased self-confidence because you feel good when you use your strengths. And remember, one of the components is performance. You are a high performer when it comes to playing to your strengths, and naturally, as a consequence, you increase your productivity. It's easier for you to achieve your goals. So you can see these are just a few of a lot of benefits that you get from using your strengths, and naturally also your sense of well-being will improve as well. Even in terms of organization, there's lots of benefits as well. Lots of research have shown that when not only when the talent use their strength, but if everybody knows about everybody's superpower in the team. And if the organization is a positive practice, positive leadership, and positive culture, then the performance in the company is sustainable. That's what we want. We don't want just a one-time win. We want sustainable performance, and we want leaders who's able to talk in the language of strength, use the lens of strengths to communicate with one another so that the company morale, the company culture remains high. So as you can see, there is so many advantages for the individual, for families, for organizations, for communities to really learn to tap on your strengths. And one of the key contribution in positive psychology is considered actually the fact that we are able to enable people to identify their core strengths and to use them.
Wow, that's really great. So, one thing that you shared, right, about when you go, when you use your strength to your advantage, that's the path of least resistance. That I can attest to that. You know, when I started to just focus on my strength, I don't feel unexcited, or I'm always motivated to just do what I'm good at, and it gives me joy. It makes me happy. It gives me a sense of purpose. So I can attest to that experience. So and I would like our audience to have access to that too, because it's a wonderful landscape to be in, and to mind, and to explore within yourself. What are your strengths? Okay. So now you know who to ask. So you can approach me or enjoy Leng to discover your strength, and we can help you and support you to find your strength. All right, so this is why I invite her on board, because we are aligned in this strength, helping others to find their strength and also to empower them. Okay, because when you know your strength, that's also it gives you a sense of peace, clarity of mind, inner peace. So peace of mind, no resistance. Wonderful. Okay, so then so what if our strength is considered a weakness to others?
Okay, so here we go. Like, this is the bomb, isn't it? This is something that everybody wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't have a answer for you, because this is really where coaching comes in. Everybody's situation and context is different. But what I do have is I have some questions that I can offer to you that you can ask yourself. And from these answers, from these questions, the answers to the questions, you will have the answer to this question for yourself. So, firstly, is this particular quality, this strength. Why do you consider it as your strength when it's considered a weakness to other people? Right? You want to find the evidence. You want to be open-minded. What is it that they can see that you can't? Is there a blind spot? And is this an overall sentiment that is shared by everyone in general, that this is your weakness? Or is this a sentiment shared by one person, or a few people, or a few people of a specific group, or scattered? All these are like data points that you can collect that will give you more clues to the answer to this question. Why is it that I consider this my strength, but other people consider it my weakness? There must be a reason why, and you want to find out, because that's important self-awareness for you. And also, if ever, has this quality been perceived as a strength by those people who says that it's your weaknesses? You want to look for exceptions. So maybe for them it's like, well, it's generally your weakness, but there was this one time it was your strength, right? Very important information, because these are also clues where you know that there is a potential to transform this so-called weakness into a strength, because you have done it before in the past. And I think the last question that I can offer is, when have you ever considered this strength a weakness? Maybe even for yourself, even though you generally consider this as your strength, maybe you can think of one, or even a few instances when you would say that actually in those episodes, it was not my strength, it was my weakness. So by answering all these questions, that will give you the answer that you are looking for.
Okay, got it. Okay, let me type out those questions so that, for the viewers who are watching and for the viewers who are logging in later, they can watch the questions. So is it by one person or collective?
So why do you consider this quality as your strength when it's considered a weakness by others? Is this an overall sentiment by many others, or is this a sentiment of one or a few? And if ever this quality that is perceived as a strength by yourself is considered a weakness in others, and vice versa, when have I ever considered this strength as a weakness? So there's something I want to add on to these questions, a helpful tip perhaps. So you want to think of yourself as the DJ in your life. Well, I hope you like music, because in this analogy, you are the one playing the music. So whether you're going to be the top-notch DJ or a mediocre one depends on your skill, right? DJ, they need training and they have a certain skill. So it depends on your skill in a music selection and in a DJ mixer. The music here refers to your unique blend of superpowers that I mentioned earlier, right? Do you know how to move this different music? And the DJ mixes, there's all these different dials that you can use, you can adjust, right? If it's too loud, it's not music, it's noise pollution, right? If it's too soft, nobody gets to enjoy the music because they can't hear, right? So you need the right mix, right? Maybe the bass too high, this song, you need to adjust it. This song, this situation. So this is a really important thing, knowing when to what I call knowing how to tune your strengths. In different situation, you need different tuning, right? Depending on what the situation demands. You can't doesn't mean that it's a superpower, so you max it all the time, right? We've seen in the superhero movies, what happens when they max it sometimes?
Yeah.
The disaster, right? That doesn't mean that it's a superpower. Use it at the full blast all day 24/7. It doesn't work like that. Like learning how to use your strength is a lifelong journey. It's almost like an art, but it's exciting because it's very powerful self-awareness. So this is because it's such an important part in terms of strength development. This is one of the things that I cover in the Stronger Self in COVID-19 course, where we use applied positive psychology tools to help people to discover, activate, and amplify their strengths, to know when to adjust their strengths. But we also look into strategies for people to improve their well-being. So it's a superpowered 2-in-1 course for the very first time. So you want to be able to experiment with yourself as well. Oh, in this situation, I think I overused this one. I need to tone it down. But I think I could have used a little bit more volume, right? I could have toned up this other strength in this situation. So you want to have fun and experiment with all your superpowers, knowing which situation use what strength and to what level. But first and foremost, you need to know what are your superpowers in order to even go into this deep. So so it's really crucial for you to know how to discover your strengths, answer those questions that I've asked earlier. So those questions is also part of going deep into understanding your own unique blend of superpowers and how to use them in different situations.
Yes, correct. So the way we question ourselves matters, okay? Because when you ask yourself the wrong questions, then you won't get the answers that could drive you forward. So always ask the right questions. Like always look within and ask yourself, how come the other people are thinking that way about me, instead of why are people always judgmental, or why are people always seeing the bad in me, or instead of blaming or pointing fingers outwards, we just inquire, out of curiosity, just with the intention to know yourself better. Okay, it's not about making yourself wrong. It's not about beating yourself up, or to make yourself feel bad about yourself. It's just it's just for the fun of it. I love inquiring, because it's very fun. It makes me think about myself. It's like daily musings. After you get used to it, it's actually very exciting, to keep exploring yourself throughout the years. And then when you find the answers for yourself, it will open up new openings in your life. That's where transformation happens, right, Joy?
Yes. Well, clearly positivity is one of your superpowers, Camilla. Yeah. So for the rest of us, we might need more support in learning how to be positive. It is a skill. Is for some people it's not so natural, but you can learn what are your superpowers, how to use your superpowers to lean in more into positivity. So it might look the strategy might be different for you compared to someone else. For someone else, maybe they're just naturally happy and more optimistic. But it doesn't matter where and which point you're at. We all can use our strength to reach our desired destination of positivity.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Joy. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so then to the next question. What about the opposite of strength? So what do we do with it? We can't hide the fact that we do have our weaknesses. So then if it keeps nagging, at the back of our mind, we have these weaknesses, then what do we do with it?
So what most people would reply to the answer, what is the opposite of strength, I would presume, is weaknesses, right? So remember earlier when I talk about strengths, I am measuring 3 areas. First one is, if you remember, is performance. Second one is energy. And the one is use, opportunity of use, right? So we're going to measure weaknesses in the same way because that's how it's being measured in the scientific assessment that I use, strengths profile. Mm-hmm. So strengths is something that we perform well in and have high energy when we use it, and we get to use it often. Okay, because we keep practicing, it also helps in the high performance, and also help that the more we do, the more we enjoy because of the high performance. So this 3 component has an interrelated relationship as well, a positive correlation with one another. So weaknesses obviously it goes the opposite direction. Weaknesses is we perform poorly in it. We have very little to no energy when we have to use it, and we may or may not have the opportunity to use it often. So it's in the opposite direction of what is considered our strength. So I think what we want here is the right questions to ask yourself and the right strategy to manage your weaknesses. So the first thing that you want to ask yourself is this something that has an impact on my performance? Is this something that has an impact on my relationship, a negative impact? That's what we're talking about here. So if this is something that is really detrimental to your performance at work or to your relationship, you have to address it. And I'm not going to say, focus on your strength all the time, just ignore your weaknesses. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay? We live in a realistic world. We are all not perfect. We all have weaknesses. Get over it. No one's perfect. Perfection is a myth. So you just want to address your weakness. Just accept that we all have weaknesses. It's okay. Just address it. If it has a detrimental impact on your performance in your relationship, you want to, if the answer to the question is yes, what you're going to do is you want to work on it until it's at an acceptable level, where it no longer affects anything. It doesn't help you at all. It doesn't improve your performance. It just doesn't do any damage. Okay, that's the point that you're targeting for. You want to work on it until it's an acceptable level, and then you stop. Don't pay any more time and attention on it. So long as it's not impacting you on a negative way, stop. If the answer to the question, is this something that has an impact on my performance and relationship? If the answer is a no, ignore it. Don't do anything about it. Why should you? Because you have limited time and energy and resources. You want to be very selective where you pay your attention, where you put your money, where you spend your time. okay, because nobody lives forever. So why work on something that is very tedious if you spend the same amount of time working on your strengths, your superpowers instead? You'll get so much more in terms of performance, in terms of flourishing of relationship. You want to remember, take the path of least resistance and the most efficient path, and that's the path of strength. Focus on your strength. So if it's affecting you, yes, work on it until it's acceptable, then stop. If it's not affecting you, ignore it totally. But that's my personal recommendation, and there are like science data to support that. The second thing is you want to know whether besides strengths, remember we all have a unique blend of superpower. Okay, the next question you want to ask yourself: what strengths can I use to overcome these weaknesses? Tap on your inner resources. What do you have available? It's like your unique blend of superpowers, like your play box, right? There's so many things inside, and they're all different. It's like your toolbox, right? You have screw, you have tool, you have a screwdriver, and what's not, right? You want to apply the right tool to the right problem. So look at your toolbox, look at your play box. What do I have inside that I can already, because you already have this, and it's natural and it's high performing. What can you tap on? What can you use your inner resources to work to overcome these weaknesses? Okay. And then the third question you want to ask yourself is: there's such a thing called learned behavior. Strengths profile has 4 quadrants. That is your realized strengths, learned behavior, weaknesses, and unrealized strength. So there's such a thing called learned behavior. Some of us misunderstand that our learned behavior is our strength. It is not. And how do you know what's the difference? That's why you need to take the strengths profile assessment. There is a very important distinction between strengths and learned behavior. We don't want to use learned behavior all the time. It does not energize us. Yes, we do perform well in it, but it's not sustainable if you keep using it because you're not energized by it, right? So you want to mostly tap on your strengths. However, if needed, tap on your learned behavior. So asking the same question, but this time with relation to your learned behavior. What learned behavior can I tap on to overcome my weaknesses? Can you see the sheer amount of inner resources you already have to begin with? We are not even tapping on your environment, people, other people's superpower. You can use all this to overcome your weaknesses. So what I love about my job is that, when it comes to weaknesses, everybody go like, I don't want to talk about it, right? Because everybody feel like shy, or I don't feel good talking about weaknesses. It's natural, it's human, right? We don't want to talk about what we suck at, right? However, when you look at the world and yourself through the lens of strength, and when you learn to use the language of strength, your whole world changes. Suddenly, talking about your weaknesses can be exciting. And I say this because I've witnessed it for myself when I do strength training, when I do strengths, even like a group team strength training for like MNCs and companies. We have a game that we play for you to kind of like own up, acknowledge your strengths, your realized, unrealized strength, your learned behavior and weaknesses. I can tell you there is this quadrant that you're supposed to run to. If that is your weakness, you have to run. We have to run that. You cannot have to publicly admit that that's my weaknesses. I can tell you, I've never seen people so excited to run to confess about their weaknesses. It's really hilarious, but it's also very empowering. You see, people are excited to talk about their weakness. Why? Because we're going to talk about the weakness from the lens of strength. How are you going to overcome your weakness using your realized strengths, unrealized strengths, learned behavior, and strengths of the people around you? Is that not an exciting question to ask yourself? Suddenly, weakness don't feel so bad after all.
Yeah, exactly. That too, I can attest to that, because we are human beings, like you said, we can't hide the fact that all of us have weaknesses. It's just part and parcel of being human. So when I'm able to acknowledge my weaknesses and, I don't find it embarrassing if people know them, or people were to find out about my weaknesses. This is my experience. All right. So if someone were to find out my weaknesses, I'll be like, yeah, I'm aware of that, working on it. That's my own internal reaction. You will feel like, like for myself, I became less defensive than I used to when I tried to hide and bury my weaknesses deep down the ground. But when I'm able to accept it, I became more and more less defensive and accepting, you know to what's obvious, in my weaknesses. Okay, so yeah, so thank you so much for pointing that out. It's very clear, and it's very clear, so that people can also know what they can do with their weaknesses. All right, the step by step questions that you can ask yourself on what you can do with it. All right, so besides strength, what else do we need to do to be our strongest self? Was it
So
addressed?
the first step is, as I've shared, strength development, knowing what are your superpowers, what are your unique blend of superpowers, and then learning how to use them, how do you activate your superpowers. Once you are familiar with using them, utilizing your superpowers, then you want to learn how to amplify your superpowers. So that's why I use two different strengths tools, right? Character strengths and prevalent strengths, because they are different, but you have both and you're strong in both. So that's when you go from discover to activate. Now let's play the exciting high level game. We amplify it. So that's why the strongest self in COVID-19 course, we address strengths development. But the other area in the course is also what answers these questions. Besides strengths, what else do we need to be our strongest self? You need to have effective well-being strategies in place already to ensure the sustainability of your performance and your effectiveness. If you're not taking care of yourself, even if you tap on your strengths, it's not sustainable, right? You need to know what works for you. What kind of self-care strategies do you have in place? What works for you, and what can you do to address? So science, positive psychology have measures a lot about life satisfaction, well-being, and happiness. So in the strongest self in COVID-19 course, we address strengths, and the other component we address well-being. So we use this scientific framework, positive psychology well-being framework that is created by the founder of positive psychology. This is called a PERMAH Framework. PERMAH here stands for PERMAH. These are the different areas that you need to look into, go deep to address these well-being strategies. Where do you stand right now in your life in terms of these different categories? What kind of strategies do you want to put in place? Because I'm high on this and I'm low on that. So what does PERMAH stands for? P stands for positive emotions. How often do you have positive emotion? What is the ratio of positive emotions versus negative emotions in your life? Do you even know? E stands for engagement. How engaged are you with life, with your work? Are you involved, or are you like a walking zombie? Every day is the same. You just go on autopilot, or are you in the moment, living your life completely engaged in it and loving it? Where are you? Where are you in terms of engagement in life? R stands for relationship. What is the quality of your relationship? How deep is your relationship? Is it flourishing, or do you struggle with having close relationship? Where do you stand in terms of the relationship portion in your life? M stands for meaning. What meaning do you get from your life? Why do you get up from bed every day? What is your purpose in life? Do you know? And A stands for achievement. What is achievement to you? What kind of achievement means a lot? Do you have a lot of meaning for you? And H stands for health. How do you take care of your health, your physical, mental health? So you see, all of this basically describe all of this when you take care of all the different components. And if you are high on a skill, high on all the different components, that indicates that you are flourishing in life. But if you take the scientific skill, there is a scientific skill that you can take for to do this PERMAH test, and then you find out that you're low in some areas, you want to address it. Why am I low? What am I missing here? What kind of strategies, what kind of action can I take? And where am I high? Wow, I'm high there. I didn't even realize what strategies, what am I successful at? Why am I good at it already? You also want to have self-awareness, what already works for you. You want to hold on tight to this while you work on addressing the gaps, right? So that's a lot of work for you just in the well-being aspect, but this is exciting because you take care of your well-being, everything else now can flow. You can have the peace of mind to work on your strengths because you have all these well-being strategies already in place. You know what to do, address a different aspect. You know what are the signs to tell you, to indicate to yourself, oh, I'm getting low on this. Why is that, right? So you need to be educated in well-being. Then after that, you need to go and learn and discover what are the well-being strategies that is useful for you. That's why normally I only just focus on strengths development or other positive psychology tools for performance. But because of what's going on right now, everybody's well-being seems to be like nose diving. That includes myself actually in the beginning part when the virus first started. Then I realized that I can no longer just do these strengths things because people in this serious situation, people need to address their well-being, and that is actually why we created the Strongest Self COVID-19 course. It was I didn't plan for it in 2020, but I find it necessary, and in a way, I find it my social responsibility to share all this, which I consider is life skills. Really, you need to learn how to take care of yourself. So we don't just work on the strengths. In the Strongest Self course, we work on the strengths alongside with your well-being. So for the very first time, it's really a superpower 2-in-1 program that I'm excited to launch. So you don't just work on well-being, but you work on something that excites you as well. You work on strengths as well.
Wow, that's so exciting, right? So when you work on yourself, right, and you work on your well-being, like your mind, body, and soul, I just find that it takes up time. It takes up time because you busy yourself in working on yourself. So that's why this series Facebook Live is all about. You shift the focus towards yourself. So because there's a lot of work that we can do, to make to rise up to be our better versions of ourselves, right? So so I invite you to just shift your focus to what matters, which is in addressing your mind, body, and soul. So basically, it's a total wellness. All right. So have a holistic approach towards yourself. Okay. So then let's proceed to the next question. Anything else besides using our strength and having well-being strategies? So you mentioned about using strengths and then well-being strategies, and you also shared about a few other ways, right? Which is what was it that's called? Let me see. The performance. Sorry, that's not it. Let me see. Hang on a second. Yeah, just yeah. So okay. Never mind. Yeah. So, are there any other methods that we can use to, besides using our strength?
So besides addressing, paying attention to your strengths development and making sure that you have effective well-being strategies in place so that you can have sustainable performance and effectiveness, the third thing that you want to look at, and this thing actually addressed one of the point that Camilla you have shared earlier, is like it's so much time and effort, isn't it, to work on ourselves. It's physical, there's mental, there's emotional. It's a lot of work. Yes, it is. Working on yourself is the hardest work that you will ever have to do.
Exactly.
And it's not something for, you kind of have to be courageous to even do that, because it means looking at yourself, being vulnerable, and being truthful about what is working, what is not working, and then you address it. So not every one of us is prepared to do that kind of inner work and to go so deep with ourselves. But self work is probably going to be one of the most satisfying kind of work that you ever do in your life. So, but having said all that, it is tedious, it takes up time and effort, it can be hard to do. So the next aspect that you want to work on besides strengths and having well-being strategies is habits. When you are able to use habits, learn how to break your bad habits and learn how to build new habits, that is when you can use just little or zero willpower. How's that? Little or zero willpower, and I am not making this up. Now, habits are the small decisions that you make and the actions that you perform every day without thinking, right? That's why it's called habits. Because you do it so many times over and over again, that neural pathway in your brain is so ingrained that it doesn't require your conscious mind to engage in the action. You can do it mindlessly. Have you ever drove home, reach home, turn the doorknob, sit down on the sofa, and like, oh wow, I'm home, right? You were in autopilot. Some things in life you want to be in autopilot because the conscious mind can only hold so much attention, whereas the subconscious mind is really like a powerful background machine that can help to serve you. So you want to have good habits. Once it's in autopilot, you don't have to worry. If you learn how to use the language of strength, learn how to look at the world from a lens of strength, and you keep doing that until it becomes a habit, then that takes no effort from you. You don't feel so exhausting. I have to keep thinking about this strength thing. Yes, in the beginning it'll be difficult because you're trying to start a new habit, but after a while it's automatic. So that's the destination that you want to go. So you want to build as many good habits as possible because that is the path to success, and that is the path of least resistant and most efficient. I am a time optimizer. That's one of my top real life strengths. So I'm like a really no nonsense, let's go. So I'm interested in anything that will make me more productive, that will make me pack more things into my time. So that's why I'm huge on habits. It's the researchers in the Duke University have said that habits account for 40% of our strengths on any given day. 40%. We're not talking about 4 or 14% or 24%. 40%, that's almost half of what we do every day. Is not by conscious choice. It's automatic. The moment you wake up, there's so many millions of action and behavior that you perform. You have no idea. So you want to really now be a scientist and scrutinize your life. What are the things that is not serving me but it's habitual? You want to get rid of it. How? Do you know how? Do you even know what? What are the good habits that you have? You want to have more of it. You want to build strengths-based habits. You also want to build habits that include your strengths, right? How do you create this new wire loop? So the stronger self in COVID-19 course include habit. That's like also a big component of my training, because I want to make things efficient for you, so that after that 2 months, that 8 weeks of training, you feel like you are different, right? Because you're already starting to loop some habits with me for the past 8 weeks. You are in quite a relatively stable place to go on your own, to continue the journey on your own. But the beginning is always the hardest, and you want to try and do it alone. It's going to be very challenging, and even for me, it's going to be challenging. There's power in accountability when you have a group of people doing the same journey as you. They're doing their own new habits, strengths-based habit, and you're doing your own strength-based habit, and you can share your struggles. It's a different ballgame because you feel supported. And human beings are very social creatures. There's a lot of power in accountability when you have a social support. So that's why I'm really excited about this program. I never really included habits in my training program in such a significant portion. So I'm also excited to do this and support people by building their habits. Your life every day, your life today is essentially the summation of all your habits. It's really that simple. How fit you are, how overweight you are, how happy you are generally as a person, how not happy and unhappy you are, all a result of your habit. How successful are you every day? All habits. What you repeatedly do, what you spend time thinking and doing every day automatically, ultimately forms the person that you are, the things that you believe in, the identity that you hold about yourself, the beliefs you have about yourself, the personality that you portray. These are all habits. Everything from procrastination to productivity to using or not using your strengths to the level of your well-being, everything boils down to habit. So you want to begin with better habit. When you learn to transform your habits, you transform your life.
Wow, that's a brilliant move, because we are leveraging on our mind, our brain, it's already there. So why not use that 40%, to have it run on autopilot and serve us? That's very brilliant, move that you got there. Okay, so so me and Suli, I'm working on building habits towards metabolic health with my husband. Yeah, so we are building that habit because without habits it can be very daunting, and there's a lot of resistance. It's just not a natural process for us, to work on our metabolic health. But when we force ourselves to intentionally to create habits to take care of our health with a structure and with a group support, there's a higher chance of success to have it run on autopilot, so that we can put it aside and then focus on our tasks easily. So we let go of that mental load, from having to remember, oh, what are the steps? Okay, I need to wake up, I need to eat this amount of vegetables, I need to, exercise, and there's a lot to think and schedule. But when it becomes automated, then you don't have to think so much about it, and then it becomes like, it makes life easier.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this program. We have strengths, well-being, and habits. I mean, like, come on, we're gonna have so much fun.
I'm excited for you too. So why don't you share, where they can, enroll into your program if they are interested.
Okay, so this Strongest Self in COVID-19 course will start on the 12th of May. It's an 8-week course. Every week we will focus on 2 themes, one about strength, one about well-being. So for 8 weeks, we'll be going through 8 themes about strengths and 8 themes about well-being. We're going to do it together with a selected group. I want the group to be small, so I'm only accepting a very limited number. Because it's the first time we are launching it, it's going to be a ridiculous fraction of the actual cost, and also because I really want to support people in this difficult period. If you are a parent, this is being a parenting page. If you're a parent, the great thing about this is once you learn all these techniques about strengths, you learn all this technique about well-being, you can then now apply and help. Now it's your turn to teach your children, right? All the family members. Now, you don't just teach. The best teaching is by modeling. You don't just teach, you model. And when you want to, because the language of strength, just like any other language, it takes time to learn. It's not natural to you yet, right? You need to make it into a habit. Who do you practice with? With your environment? That's your family, right? So you're going to start to talk different. If you talk different and you don't bring your family members along with you, they're going to look at you weird because you're talking weird to them, right? To you, you're talking exciting. This is the language I choose now. But it's like, suddenly you're talking German and then you expect them to understand you. They can't understand you. You need to bring them along. So it's really exciting because they can also take all these scientific skills. So like, for example, in my family, we talk in the language of strength, right? We can say, instead of having a conversation that is negative, what's wrong with you? Why you do that again? Sounds familiar. You can have a very different conversation with your child, right? You can say, okay, so this is what happened and this is what you did. But hey, we know that one of your top superpower, one of the top character strength is forgiveness or whatever it is, teamwork. How do you think we can use one of your strength for this issue that we have? And then let the kid answer for you, right? You talk to them in language of strength, you empower them. People feel good when you talk about their strength. So instead of scolding them, you can first acknowledge their strength. They feel good, right? It's really a good place to start a difficult conversation. Then after acknowledging their strength, then you engage them. How do you think we can use this strength to do this? What would you like to do with it? Let's experiment, shall we? Let's have fun. Let's try again. Right, it's a very different conversation. You're going to help your family members with your child, right? They're not going to retaliate now because, hey, mommy is a bit different now, right? Mommy talk to me nicely. Mommy tell me what I'm good at, right? Yeah. It's going to be really exciting and more uplifting conversations in the family. And then you see, it also helps to nourish the relationship. Not everyone is at home. We face each other 24/7. It's a bit maybe stressful for some people. Change the language. Such a simple thing to do, but it takes practice. So when you come onto this course, you don't just learn for yourself. As a parent, you can now model and share this exciting information that you should share with your family members, your parents. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, you're now worrying this work from home environment. You worry about your employees, your talent, well-being. worry that they don't sustain their performance because everybody's feeling low. Guess what? You don't have to worry because now you are on this course. We can share some of these things with them. And we also accept private inquiries for small team. If you're a team manager, you want to do this exclusive as a team, 8 week only your team in the same group. We are happy to support you that way as well. So it's 8 weeks of focusing on different teams in strengths development. And we're going to go through the PERMAH model. Every week we will go through one alphabet. And then we will measure you in the beginning, see where you are at. By the end of the 2 months, we will measure you again. So we have a pre and a post test to measure what has changed, what has not. And you're going to do this together with a group of people. It's going to be exciting. And you're going to learn how to build new habits, how to build habits that will bring in more of your strengths, using your strengths in your life so that you can sustain performance, have more meaningful relationship. And now, moving forward, looking at life from the lens of strengths and also talking to people and to yourself, your own self-talk, talking with the language of strength. So we're starting it on 12th of May. It's only a fraction of the cost. If you want to learn more, you can email us at superpactasia@gmail.com, superpactasia@gmail.com. The giveaway that I'm giving for this talk is a well-being PDF. So it consists of some self-inquiry questions using the PERMAH model. So you can answer these questions to create more awareness of your current state of well-being and what you can do to address the gaps that you have. If you want to be walked through and guided through the questions, you can listen to episode 2 about well-being on my podcast, which is Strengths and Joy podcast. It's available on Anchor FM and it's also available on Spotify. If you need any extra information, you can email us at superpactasia@gmail.com, or you can just go to our Facebook page, which is SuperPact with Joy Method.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a very interesting example about being a parent. You know, this is the message that I have been sharing with parents on my page, you know, about focusing on yourself as parents, because you know, being a parent, there's certain sets of challenges that we face. Okay, we need to deal with our children, we need to deal with ourselves, we need to deal with our spouse, with other family members. So it can get really messy, you know. So that's why it's very important for us to, as parents, to just work on ourselves, focus on ourselves, because our children learn faster through modeling.
Yes.
Yeah. So
parents, what you need to do, what will really change the game for you is you want to work with the right tools. So developing your own strengths, language of strength, lens of strength, knowing what is well-being, what are different areas to look at. These are very real tools that is scientific based that you can use. So you are not alone. You can equip yourself with the right tools so you feel empowered to make change, not just for yourself, but positive change as well, together with your family, together with your